What if the book you've been meaning to write is not waiting for you to gain more confidence? What if it isn't waiting for the perfect outline or table of contents or a writing retreat or a publisher's contract? What if the book you've been waiting to write is simply waiting for you to begin? Today I'm kicking off 1,000 Words of Summer, a personal writing project that I'm using to kickstart my current book project. Hi, I'm Julie Jordan Scott. If we haven't met before, and even if we have met, you may not know that my work has been on both the New York Times bestseller list and on the Amazon bestseller list. You might not know that I've been a radio host. I've held a podcast. Do you hold podcasts? You may not know these things about me, but now I'm unveiling it for you through this new series. So if you are someone who writes or who likes to write or is just curious about how some of this creative process works, please be sure to subscribe and watch this video through and comment. Let me know what you like or what you don't like, but mostly know that I'm really grateful that you are here to follow along with me in this experience. Let me explain more now. I'm doing this in conjunction with the author of 1,000 Words of Summer, as are about 8,000 other people, where we're writing 1,000 words a day for 14 days in community. 1,000 words might sound like a lot to some of you, and it might sound like nothing to others of you. But the most important part for me is the small, daily, consistent action, because I've learned time and time again that it is small, consistent actions that can absolutely change your life when you get out of your way and actually take the action. Whoever thought that consistency could be joyful and fun and energizing? Throughout the summer, I'll be doing this, and I'll be reporting in once a week on Saturdays to tell you how it's going. I'm doing this for several reasons. One, it will keep me true to my game. You cannot fake writing 1,000 words a day. You have to simply do it. And I will be having other things going on in the meantime. I mean, this Monday, I have a big doctor's appointment that I need to get to. That's 3 states away. I will be house sitting and pet sitting like I always do, and I'll still be writing 1,000 words a day. I will be doing other adventuring, and I'll still be writing 1,000 words a day. So hold on to your hats and let's see what happens on kickoff day. Because even though I'm doing this with a group of other people, you can literally start your own consistency project at any time, and you could be happy to travel along with me to see how I am doing it. So, you ready? I sure am. Let's do this thing. We won't be promising a bestseller in 30 days. We're not doing this by saying, okay, I'm going to put myself on this rigid track to get these 1,000 words written. No. I know myself that rigidity does not work for me. Flexibility and consistency is what works for me. You may be totally different. Thank goodness we're all different. The world would be awfully boring if we weren't. Instead, by writing 1,000 words over the course of the summer, and I've done warm-up work, which I'll talk about some today, we will find our way to hearing. Well, for me, it's hearing. We'll be finding our way into discovery of what this book really wants you to do with it. Because for me, as an artist, it is definitely a collaboration between me and the project itself. So you ready to get started? Me too. Writing 1,000 words does not mean typing wildly. It means looking up things, researching things, reading other things, coming back. Wait, no, look at that. Okay, let's write again. No, okay, I can do this. It probably does not look at all like you think it looks. If I degrade myself so far in my efforts with getting 1,000 words done today, I'd give myself a solid C-. I know, pitiful. Look at the results so far. The thing is, the results aren't always just about the numbers. Some people may think they are, but for me in this project, and it's only not even noon yet, for me with this project, I knew I wanted to get this video done before noon, so that takes priority. You'll have to hear the results of today's numbers later, which are the ultimate. We're working towards 1,000 words. But the other things that have happened that are super important are, I got started. I honored my commitment. I showed up. I showed up with a smile on my face. I didn't back down. I didn't get too frustrated. I used the tools that I have at my disposal. So I wrote the bulk the bulk of the experience when I was doing a consistency project called 377 tree hugs. That was back in 2020, 2021, 2022. 377 consecutive days, hugging trees across 14 states at one point, dealing with the death of my brother and my father, overcoming my return of valley fever, which I'm still dealing with in real time as I'm doing this project. Pretty darned cool when you look at it that way. It's much bigger than the number results at 11:30 in the morning on the first day of the project. So the writer's life may not be at all like you suspected or thought that it was. It's not just a lightning bolt that happens in words that magically appear on the page, beautifully written, careful prose. As I go back and I review those 377 tree hugs, I'm working with spring right now. I'm kind of trying to go along with the time period that I was in. 5 years, it's 2021, so 5 years ago. And there's so many little bits and pieces and nuggets that I would not have remembered if I didn't document. So I'm really finding joy in that consistency project. And even as that consistency project went along, there were times that I resented the heck of me making myself do it. But the fact of the matter is, showing up every day is what made a huge difference back then and now. And now in the retelling to you, I can see the duplicate, and more like multiplication of that effort, that energy. And in fact, for me, it was a big point of healing as well. The intrinsic results are in fact much more important at this stage of the game than the numeric results. Although I do know that by the end of today, I'll definitely have 1,000 words. They might not be great words, but they will be words. They will be going along with the format and the form. And I'll be thrilled for you to come back next Saturday and see what happened in the interim. I'll actually be recording snippets every day like a diary, and we will see what happens. Even when I'm in Maryland, I will probably do some writing in a waiting room or two. And that's pretty cool to do. And if I can sneak in my tripod and all, probably my short one, it'll be extra fun. It'll be extra fun to share with you. So thank you so much for watching. Please check out my other videos. And I'm a multi-passionate creative, so I have all different topics that I cover. I hope that you watch as many of those that interest you, because I love having an engaged community of people, an engaged community of humans doing the best they can in their lives. Most of y'all will be somewhere over the age of 50 or so. If you're younger, great. If you're 85, fantastic. If you're 13, be sure to have your parents' permission before going on YouTube. And there is one blooper, I believe. Let's watch. Today I'm what the heck is that? That's my mouse. What is that? Yes. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Oh,